Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages,
welcome to
Over the
Heel.
Welcome everybody to Over the Hill's second podcast.
Hooray!
Was that going to be clapping?
That was meant to be clapping, yes, yeah.
There was some clapping in there.
Yeah, we were better to clap.
This week we're missing James because he's out sunning himself in lovely south of France.
Is it colder there than it is here?
I don't know. I think it's 31 degrees like it is here at the moment.
It feels like fucking 310 degrees here.
Yes, we're currently doing this in our Over the Hill headquarters, which would be Steve, or as we like to call him, B. Wang. In his bedroom, because we're such badasses.
Anyone like to buy us a fan for their next podcast, we'd be eternally grateful.
Exactly. We'll make an Amazon gift basket. Anyway, on with it. I'd like to introduce to you our resident indie fanboy, Ian Barkmaster Barkham. Barkmerch.
Thanks for changing the name soon.
Also joining us again, the real Captain Charisma, Steve B. Wayne. How are you guys?
Sweaty.
Yes?
Yeah.
Ready to talk about wrestling.
Stuck to a leather sofa as well.
It's pretty good. Right, so I'm going to crack on to the first segment of the show, which is the HEELlight reel. This is where we talk about news in the last 2 weeks, with a lovely car driving past, and also the latest pay-per-view, Money in the Bank.
We have got the window open, so if you hear background noise, it's not us. Well, maybe.
Anything we read about on the internet, things like that, so it will be brought up. So, guys, I'm going to start with Money in the Bank, and there's a lot of controversy over. That's probably the wrong word.
He means controversy.
Controversy, there we go.
Bless
I'm
you.
a special boy.
I think it's a Greek dinner.
It is.
Great day.
Fuck off. The female winner, or was it a male winner, of the female Money in the Bank, Carmella / Ellsworth.
Yeah, it was definitely a bit of a kick in the teeth to the first one, wasn't it? I mean, a man climbing up and retrieving the briefcase.
I can see why they did it. You know what I mean? It's done exactly what they probably wanted it to do. And it has. And if you see Twitter popping off, he's been quite funny on Twitter, actually.
Yeah, Ian was saying earlier. But then me and Ian had a conversation about how they should have booked it in our
Yeah.
opinion, putting her on his shoulders and climbing up there.
Yeah, exactly.
He's not that strong.
No, but it should have been something she still should have grabbed.
Yeah, it should have been him climbing that ladder.
Then there's no argument, and we don't know how it's going to play out because that's on tonight, but...
It ruined like a moment in history as well.
Literally first and the man wins it.
It basically just seems really disrespectful to all the women involved.
Yeah.
Apart from Carmella, who obviously has benefited the most.
I think I'd like to. What I'd like to see on tonight's SmackDown, as we're recording this on Tuesday, but it'll probably come out on Thursday. But yeah, what I'd like to see tonight is basically
Ellsworth get the shit kicked out of him.
No, maybe them take it off of her,
or have a rematch tonight on SmackDown.
I doubt they'll do another Money in the Bank. That would be pretty epic if they did.
They've done it before, like when they've done like the tag team ones, like years ago, when you had like Jericho, Benoit, Kane, RVD. Shit, my memory's blowing up.
Anyway, yeah,
that was on SmackDown.
That'd be pretty cool, but yeah.
I want to see him keep it because there's loads of stuff to come out.
I think it would be cool to keep it like that. And if they did, or she has I don't know, if they have a 6-man tag for the case or something like that. You know what I mean? A 6-woman tag,
Ellsworth and his pals.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? But then again,
sure.
he still gets involved somehow, and I think, like I said, the heat that he's probably got at the moment.
Oh, it's monumental now, isn't it?
So
It's
we'll
like,
see it more clearly tomorrow, won't we?
and when someone actually beats him up now on SmackDown, they're going to be so over. It's like
it should be a woman that beats him up as well. Right? Becky Lynch is just gagging for
she loves doing it, doesn't she?
Lana. Can't get enough of Lana.
We'll come to that in a minute.
All right.
We'll get there.
So going on to the male winner.
Yeah.
You two are pretty happy.
We did predict this.
We did.
We're
not gloating, but we were right.
Yes.
We were right.
I think with it, he was the James. So James obviously isn't here, but he said, Hill should win it, which is fair enough. He was just said he's disappointed with it. He's not on the Corbin bandwagon, I don't think, at the moment.
It's as I said to someone who commented on the page. I'm really sorry, I can't remember what the name is. There's been a lot of people commenting this week I've been talking to.
Yeah.
But they basically turned around and said, like, the only other one they could have seen winning it was Owens, who was the other heel in the match, and it was Ziggler as well. But Owens doesn't need it because Owens has got the US title, and it would have taken the emphasis.
He was just there to take nasty
emphasis.
bumps,
We all can't
wasn't
talk
he?
tonight.
Yeah, exactly. He was
Really nasty bumps.
Sami Zayn just wouldn't have worked.
Yeah, I think Corbin benefits from it the most.
Yeah,
I'm not
definitely.
on the Corbin train myself. Like, they're pushing him really well. It's one thing WWE are doing really well, I think. I'm just not quite there with him yet. But is it too soon? Like,
I'm not there with him yet. He's got something, and I can see that. But whether it is whether it is a flash in the pan or
But I really don't think it is.
He's good. I don't
Because if
like
you
his
look
mic skills that well.
he doesn't need Mike's skills though. He's just an angry man that comes out and beats people up.
I did like what he said on Talking Smack though, where he was like, oh, Shinsuke Nakamura's entrance is too long, so I was just trying to help him out. It was quite.
second time they cut it as well.
Yeah.
If you think about it, he was undefeated in NXT for however long it was until Aries beat him. Then he's gone. His debut match in WWE on the main card was at WrestleMania, and he won the Andre the Giant Battle Royal.
I mean, they are
And
booking him as well.
it's over a period of time this has happened. It's not like he's come up to
booking at
SmackDown
all.
and just gone like last year when they did the draft or whatever, the Superstar Shake-Up, and he's just come over and it's like, oh, we've got Baron Corbin now, sort of thing. It's like they are pushing him.
Yeah.
It's just been recently they've basically put people off on who might have won. He's lost numerous times to Sami Zayn.
But then
Who had an amazing match, by the way.
he always does.
Yeah, the
He
spot
always does.
that was at the top of the ladder sunset flip.
Yeah.
That was amazing. And
I can't wait for you to watch the later DVDs and Ring of Honor. I really can't.
But I thought even the spot from AJ and Kevin Owens on that ladder, that looked brutal.
Yeah.
I don't know whether he was meant to go through that, but he didn't go through
No,
it.
he didn't
I
go
think
through that at all,
trash.
did he? When he's hanging from the belt as well, it was a briefcase even. He was like, right.
That was good. I genuinely thought he was going to pull himself.
I thought he was just going to climb the damn thing.
I thought he was going to do it and maybe unhook it with
Yeah.
one. I don't know. I was definitely towards
love
the
that.
end. I was like, I thought Nakamura was coming out again. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, this is not what I want to see. I don't want to see him get beaten up, him come in and kick everyone's ass and then win it. And I'm so glad that didn't happen. And I was thinking that all the way
Yeah,
through.
he looked strong, but he didn't win, which is probably a good thing.
No.
I think that's another swerve on WWE's part by booking it like they beat Nakamura up, so he looks like the returning hero coming to claim his prize,
Yeah.
and then he failing.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to the other ones now.
Yeah.
Then.
I'll be here talking about Corbin all night.
Yeah,
Otherwise.
exactly.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry about that car that went past. So Usos versus the New Day. New Day via count out. I was not happy
Since
with
day one
I was
ish,
happy with it.
or since day one is H.
I wasn't happy with.
It was a great match.
Yeah, but I wasn't happy with the fact that you just had the Money in the Bank women's match ended.
Good shout. I didn't think of it like that.
And then you had the.
I think that was booked properly.
Yeah, but no. What do you mean? This was booked.
That was booked properly.
Yeah, but do you
Women's
see what I
wasn't.
mean? It was like that was
Too
a
soon.
false finish. Yeah, then there was another false finish. You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
should have been.
Yeah, they should have had that really good debut in between those two.
Yeah.
I'm just glad that New Day didn't win.
Yeah, so
Oh yeah.
first
I'm
literally
round,
so glad.
100% there.
I'm sorry to any New Day fan out there, but Mike,
we know they're going to.
they're gonna like.
They will win it
back.
eventually, and
But-
they'll be like, "Oh, yeah."
But they don't need to. The Usos are probably one of the best teams they've got on SmackDown, apart from American Alpha, which no one's seen hide nor hair of.
What is
Where?
that all about?
They've just gone into oblivion. They're literally. Even the Ascension have got TV time, and where's American Alpha?
I just
Send them to Raw. They need tag teams on Raw.
some of the things you see, and you're kind of like, Why the hell? Like, I'm not. We'll come to it in a minute. But the Breezango thing, that does not do anything for me at all.
Do you not like the fashion police?
Not at all. Does not.
They're funny, and
I normally like comedy and
both
stuff.
very talented as well.
They are, but I don't
so
think
get it over.
Day one is H.
that was funny. But
Did you see Did you skip over it this week completely? The pay-per-view.
I missed the Breezango.
Big old phone that had Paulie's
Paulie's
property.
No.
And Paulie Heyman tweeted about it, saying that's hilarious.
No, I like. Don't get me wrong. All the kind of all those little things that are in it, and if you look at the back where they've got the suspects' pictures, it is brilliant in that way. But I don't know. It just maybe I'll go backtrack then, because little things like that I did notice that it was a Paulie and stuff like that. But I don't know. It hasn't grasped me yet. I wasn't, or I feel that they've wasted it. You know what I mean?
I'm not gonna lie. I'm waiting for the first T-shirt to come out.
What the
Breezango?
the fashion files?
Yeah, fashion files T-shirt. I'll be all over that.
Um,
That's the black one coming in the post tomorrow.
You are the merchandise.
Won't be wearing that till after summer. Though it's too hot.
Right.
Sweat through it.
Next one is Naomi versus Lana that I've got on
The
here.
ravishing Russian.
It wasn't the greatest match. I mean, it was Lana's first on the big stage, so well done. Plenty of room for improvement, but it probably should have opened the whole.
Again, the ending just made no sense. What was the point in Carmella coming out?
It says that she's going to keep the case.
That was trolling. That's the hill thing to do.
But she come out and then she was like,
"Do I don't know."
Yeah, but she didn't even do that, and it was made to look like it was a distraction to Lana, but it didn't distract Lana. It just helped Naomi get her in the finish.
I can't stick Naomi. I'm not going to lie. What the fuck was she wearing when she came to the ring?
Who knows?
Looked like fucking Predator dreads, but glow in the dark ones.
That's what she always wears, and it's for the kids, isn't it? I thought you would be well into that.
I thought you'd had some of those.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and the shoes, I was expecting.
If it's not black, I don't buy it.
If it's not black and gothic.
Yeah. That's why I sweat to death in this weather. I don't anything white.
Okay.
My CM Punk t-shirts.
I don't think there's much more to say about that. And
Lana looks fit,
I am not impressed with this. What I'm just about to mention here. Mike and Maria. What's the surname? Kanellis.
Mike and Maria Kanellis arrived. Mike Bennett, for those not in the know.
Yeah,
the miracle Mike Bennett, for not in the know.
Do you want to go back and tell them about the Ring of Honor stuff? Just to give a bit of backstory.
Yeah, because you can give me some backstory, because to be honest, I know who Maria is from a long time.
I know he won the tag team title in Ring of Honor, and he also won something called the Honor Rumble. I didn't see it. I don't know what came out of that, but he was like top, sort of mid to top card. He didn't really win any. He didn't win any singles titles, obviously, but he was like quite an accomplished wrestler on that over there and everything. And obviously, he went to TNA at the time. It was TNA before Impact Wrestling. But Maria was obviously originally from WWE.
I was going to say, but were they big in New Japan? Because I'm sure I've seen
the video.
There's
Bullet Club.
Literally, the whole angle, I think, from what I remember when they were over there, is it was him, obviously Mike Bennett at the time, Matt Taven, and there was someone else, and obviously Maria, and I think they were called the Kingdom or something. Names, it's a really bad, and they were feuding with the Bullet Club, but Carl Anderson, basically had a massive crush on Maria, which was costing them matches because they were winning through Maria's distraction.
Okay,
That's the video you saw earlier, probably, when
AJ turns around as well and they both start jigging with each other.
It's quite good. There's not.
I really like the theme song. I'm not going to lie. I had a little bit of a jig to that when that came on.
It has potential, but is it just going to be another?
Is it going to be another
hit couple?
Is it going to be another? What's her name that came back? I've forgotten her name. That's how relevant she is.
Mickey James.
Yeah, Mickey James.
Who?
There you go, Mickey James. Yeah, exactly.
But just quickly, I don't like the gimmick they got, because it seems like they, like the pyramid scheme people. It seems like it's one of those where they're gonna have I don't see what the point is.
It's a different take on the It couple, so this week, but we've seen such a short amount of
section of it.
It'd been better for them to come on in SmackDown, because you'd have more time to play.
There should have been video, as I said to people, like someone over the hill, get like the comment page and everything. I said to them, there should have been like vignettes to build him up, because he'd just come in. Obviously, everyone like old enough to remember Maria, who was in the crowd, recognised her, but like who, unless you watch Impact and Ring of Honor, you're like, who the hell's this other geezer?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Or he should have gone to NXT.
It hasn't excited me, whatever.
He should have gone to NXT and gone through there.
I think it's a proper WWE sort of, you know what I mean?
Just would throw that in now, so we haven't got enough time.
Yeah.
And the reason we didn't have enough time is because they had the US champ in the main event.
Exactly.
So they lost half an hour of their pay-per-view.
Exactly. And stuck Breezango versus the Ascension in.
Which was only a 10-minute match anyway, it wasn't long.
I didn't even mean to skip that. I was kind of keen because I didn't realise.
Could we call them the Fashion Police, please? I really like that name more. I really like that name.
It's the better name for them.
It is. Breezango just sounds like some sort of tropical disease you catch.
Like they're going to bum or something.
Yeah. They might bum, you don't know. It's one of those things.
It's a very pretty picture.
We're happy with people bumming. We're not offended.
We're not against that.
So, yeah. Right. Okay. So, Jinder versus Orton.
You can't hinder Jinder.
Jinder wins, which we probably expected. Again, I was disappointed with how they won. Sorry, how he won. It was exactly the same finish as Backlash. Exactly the same finish. Yeah. And I was like that. Really? When he hit him with his finishing move, I was like that. Really?
Does that have
Is that it? I can't. The Colossus. Is it the Colossus? Is it the Colossus?
What, his finishing move?
Yeah.
It's basically the $1 Million Dream thrown into a full Nelson Slam.
I think it's called the Colossus anyway.
Do you want me to Google it quickly?
Yeah, go on.
I'll Google.
While he's Googling, I'm quite happy that Jinder's still champion.
I'm happy with that. Again, I think all the right people won.
Yeah.
I just don't...
It's alright, because Superhero Cena come back and take a title
again,
won't
it's the heel win again, isn't it? I mean, we saw it with Seth Rollins for 6 months, however long it was.
There we go. Jinder Mahal finisher.
It's part of the authority.
Right, okay, while you're looking at that,
we'll
come back to it. So, Money in the Bank, as a whole pay-per-view...
You've missed the bottom one.
Oh, what, Breezango? Well, I kind of brushed over that because I thought we'd already spoke about it. But if you want,
I'm not going to lie, I'm really thankful to you that you've left out the fact that idiot Mojo Rawley was on the.
I didn't want to mention.
No, he can go rotten hell.
I'll say a small thing about the.
He's like a shit Hulk Hogan.
About the Breezang.
It's called the.
Hold on.
The Carlis or Callis? Can't pronounce that, but it's Cobra Clutch.
Is it Indian?
Yeah, it's like near that area.
Anyway, let's crack on.
Let's
crack on.
I'd say
we go Callis. It sounds quite cool.
They're doing their build up for the Ascension of coming out. There's the shock of who beat Faction Files up, and they come out and they lose, which doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Because at the moment there's a big tag team problem throughout the whole of WWE, in my opinion, including NXT.
So you're
I essentially should have gone over to make it more of a.
Exactly, that's kind of finished. Are they going to do another Fashion Files where someone does something else, or?
I'm not going to lie. I was hoping it was going to be American Alpha and a heel turn.
It might still be.
I think that would have been quite cool.
So it might actually carry on.
You guys need to chat about this because I didn't catch it.
Which is fine, but where next?
Yeah, I mean, they're obviously not in the title picture anymore because New Day knocked them out of that, unless they're planning to do. Whatever the next SmackDown live pay-per-view is, or if it's SummerSlam next. I know it's Great Balls of Fire.
I think it's going to be SummerSlam next.
I think it is, isn't it? Yeah.
It should be a long wait between Great Balls of Fire.
No, we've got to do one more between that, because that'd be like 6 weeks. 7 weeks even, because it's right at the end of...
Anyway...
This is an off podcast.
Sorry, we're getting off tangent now.
I think
I apologise.
We covered the pay-per-view.
Right, so the pay-per-view, I'm going to go, just chuck this one in the end. Out of 10, what are you going for, Steve?
I'll give it a 7. Wasn't quite enough to that high.
I'm giving it 8.5, just because Corbin won.
I genuinely was excited about this. I don't know if it's because I didn't see any spoilers and I didn't see any.
Yeah, I avoided it.
I did like it. I'm going to go for an 8 because, and a lot of people have moaned about it. And I mean, we've probably been very, very generous with that because.
But a lot of the action in the matches was good.
James isn't here.
Yeah, because he would have been going. Yeah. Oh yeah, he was proper disappointed.
He was still in the first match.
Right,
we do love you, James. We do miss you. Well, I do.
The next thing on the HEELlight reel is this popped up quite early actually today. Triple H is on Sky Sports, and he's on Radio 1 tomorrow. Again, this is Tuesday, so...
How do you think Fashion Police would say his name?
Who?
Because it's not. They don't say day one
What,
here. They do
Triple
day
H?
one is H. Do you reckon it'd be triple HHH?
I don't know.
You're just throwing him off so
Yeah,
much.
you just...
I'm really sorry.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry.
Go
So
on,
you can be my quote man. So obviously we're trying to work out why he's over here. Is he
Do you
over
want me to
here?
do Triple H's voice?
No.
Okay.
We're.
UK talent.
It would just take too long. So yeah, he was. What I watched is he was basically discussing things on UK talent. He mentioned the women's Money in the Bank match and women wrestling, and Brock Lesnar. So if you want to do the quote on the UK talent, Ian.
Okay, yeah. On UK talent, my goal now will be to localise talent, to take the great talent and style here in the UK and expose that in a great way for the rest of the world.
That doesn't give you anything, though, does it? It
No.
doesn't.
No, basically he's saying he wants to be like Progress, as far as I'm concerned.
I think it
Because
just
Progress is probably one. No offence to any other promotions in the UK, but Progress is probably one of the best,
Yeah.
if not the best.
So
So-
that's what I mean. Is it? It
He's
doesn't give anything away.
He's
It
obviously
doesn't-
looking at utilising the strong style, which is what we mentioned on the last podcast, because obviously Pete Dunne is strong style. Tyler,
He did mention them.
Oh, what's his name? The Moustache Mountain dude. Trent Seven. Sorry,
Yeah,
I got
yeah,
it in the end. He does strong style. It's
Well, they were called. All three of them were called British Strong Style,
Yeah,
weren't they?
so-
yeah. But yeah, I don't know. He didn't give anything away. I thought he may have been like saying, "Oh yeah, you know, what I mean, wait and see. There's going
Yeah.
to be something coming. There will be a UK like."
there's
It'd be
gonna
awesome
a
if
UK
there was
show.
like an NXT of the UK. Do you know?
I
What I mean?
think that's what their plan is. He's going to do a fortnightly show.
Which would be awesome, and it was. And maybe they were testing it. Maybe that where they went to Nottingham and stuff like that, didn't they? Oh, no, sorry, not Nottingham. Sorry, Norwich. They did that, didn't they? There
And they did NXT on download as well.
Yeah, exactly. But that's a good thing. I really want to go. To
Pete
that.
Dunne got himself over so much on download.
He got himself. He was.
He's just so over anyway.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Ian, but when we went and watched NXT, and my lovely cousin came.
Fuck him.
He was.
Back the night, didn't he?
He was over then. Big
Oh.
style.
Him,
So you're going to WWE live at the end of the year. and
Yeah,
all
but
that
it's
now.
not an actual like.
But it's good.
I'm not going to see Aleister Black now.
Oh yeah, that was funny. We did one up.
Yeah, cheers for sending me videos.
Yeah, so on. He also mentioned woman.
Do you want me
He
to
also
read it?
Yeah, go for it.
On the Women and Money in the Bank women's match. We're entertainment, but the thing I don't want to be passed up is that our women are being given that opportunity just like the men, and that's what this is all about. The world is coming to terms that women are as great, sometimes better, athletes than men, and they deserve the same platform to show what they can do.
So I think what he's essentially there is he's like, it's just entertainment. Don't take it away from that match because it was a good match. And
We've covered that already, so we're not
exactly.
going to
the women
go
have
over
been
it.
killing it for long enough now.
No.
Women's the talent they've got on the women's roster now is
it was purposely to build
Yeah.
up heat, and it may have gone the wrong way. Women's rights, all this bollocks. I don't know, but yeah, I probably shouldn't say that either.
We
But
love,
hey!
you, we love you feminazis.
probably dated a
And
few of them
so
as well,
the last
to be
bit,
fair.
obviously, he asked him about Samoa Joe and Brock Lesnar. He didn't really mention anything about Samoa Joe. He just said that.
On Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar is a once-in-a-lifetime athlete. It's like being in the water with a shark. There's a movement, and then he's on you. It's incredible how agile, how much of an athlete Brock Lesnar is.
Still for some boring matches.
He is a beast.
He's got
Oh,
lazy.
you can't,
He's got lazy.
can't
but-
deny him.
Okay,
And
yeah.
the last point of the HEELlight reel, Ian, if you'd like to start it off.
Yeah, I'll get into this. I've not seen much of this as well, so Steve's probably going to chip in a lot on this bit.
It's gonna be short and sweet.
Impact Wrestling. They've just done their first Indian tour. Did they film two?
Film
tapings?
2, and it was the first American company to film 2 tapings from India, and it'll be televised.
Cool. Big things coming out of that was Sanjay Dutt finally won the X Division Championship after many years.
15 years.
15 was it? Bloody hell,
Yeah.
of attempting to do that. Apparently they're trying to merge. Well, they are merging Impact Wrestling with is it Global Force Wrestling?
Before, yeah.
Jeff Jarrett and Karen Jarrett's company.
Make Impact great
It's about
again.
time.
Yeah.
It's about time at that point because it's TNA or Impact, should I say? It's been so many belts on every show. It's getting confusing.
Is it like when they did the Invasion and it was all WCW titles and all WWE titles?
It's been
all like
worse, much worse. Yeah, there's just titles everywhere. It's hard to work out which one's which half the time.
Are they gonna merge it then? Is it?
Well, the main event at Slammiversary is Alberto Patron, who's
Yeah.
Global Force, and Bobby Lashley, who is the Impact.
And what? It's going to be unified, is it?
You'd hope so. That's the logical thing. If they don't,
Have they mentioned that though?
They haven't, but you're missing a trick, surely. If not,
How far away? How far away is it?
2nd of July.
So that's
A
not
couple of weeks away.
Yeah, so it's not that far away, is it?
Obviously, we'll keep up to date with that one as well.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
obviously it's Rosemary versus Sienna, just because I've got a thing for Rosemary. I like freaky
And
girls.
the big Papa Pump's going to be there.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
holla!
yeah.
If you hear me.
With Josh Matthews, of all people, teaming up.
Oh fuck!
Wish
I'm
no, I
not-
don't have muscles like it.
I
I don't
want
have
the
muscles.
less I say about Big Papa Pump, the better.
Do you not like him then?
No.
I'll have to send back that action figure I got you for Christmas then, won't
Yes,
I?
you will.
I didn't-
Oh,
I'll just
actually, keep it and I'll burn it.
I didn't mind us running.
No,
We were burning it next to James's Roman Reigns one again.
I didn't mind us running WWE. No one got buried with Triple H, wasn't he?
I didn't mind at the beginning, but then he
I got tiring.
like when he
It's
went
takes
down
a
to
bit as well.
yeah, it's
He's got to see a bum quite a lot.
Right.
Moving on.
Yeah, moving on. This is our third segment. I just choked out then. Five time.
sorry. I'm eating a wine gum. Sorry.
This is basically where we do our top 5 of a said choice, and this time coming out of Money in the Bank, it's the top 5 Money in the Bank cash-ins. We thought it'd be better to do the cash-ins rather than actual people winning. Just makes it a bit more interesting. So again,
CM Punk would be one, wouldn't he?
yes, CM Punk would be one.
1 and 2. Just saying.
so
So he's not
basi-
on this list.
So basically, what I've done is I've again gone through and picked the top 5, and we'll dispute it at the end.
We will.
yes, we will. So number 5, I went for Kane on Mysterio. As Steve put in here, it was the first time that he'd done this on the same night. The first time it was done on the same night. Bloody hell, I'll get it out in a minute.
That's not nice.
So that's why I've put it in the top 5 there. I just think it was quite niche at the time. It was
new.
It hadn't been done
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So that's kind of why I put that in there.
And Kane deserved that.
He did.
Yeah, he did, definitely. Number 4, Randy Orton on Daniel Bryan. Triple H screws him over by giving him a pedigree and then says, "Oh, cash it in, he's cashing this in." And I've put here that it was the start of the Yes movement / authority
Lit the
storyline.
fuse, didn't it?
Yeah, it was. He was already building up to that anyway,
Yeah.
but
He was already super over, but obviously this just propelled him to like new heights. They hadn't
Exactly.
since Stone Cold Steve Austin or someone.
Well, he'd already won the title there.
It got him over Cena, didn't it?
Yeah.
yeah.
Which we were all waiting for a very long time to happen.
Exactly. So yeah, that's my reason to put it into number 4. Number 3, The Miz on Randy Orton. Just because this was unexpected and he nearly doesn't get it. Randy Orton goes for an RKO, and it's got the famous.
And he turned it into a skull crushing finale.
Yeah, he does.
Did
Yeah,
you see
yeah.
that little girl in the crowd?
Exactly.
Looking like the whole world's come to an end.
Exactly. Really angry, and that I think that's been on a lot of WWE memes.
I get that when I talk to girls in pubs. That's a look at me.
Especially when you say, "Are you on your period?"
Yes.
Don't say that.
Let's not crack on that.
Let's not get into that again.
Okay. Number 2, I've put Seth Rollins when he cashes it in on Reigns. But Brock Lesnar is champs. He makes it into a 3-way match.
Amazing.
That it was so good. I remember that. That's kind of
That made that mundane.
The thing was though is
It was a very mundane Mania, wasn't it?
I think it was also the first time to enter into a match as well.
It was the first time anyone.
Yeah,
I mean, people had attempted it in the past,
Yeah.
but been stopped. Like when
No.
Ziggler kept trying to do it, and Bryan kept trying to do it at certain points.
yeah, but he stopped it.
Yeah.
No, but Reigns wasn't as hated as he is now. But I think that was so good because I think at that time, I'm sure a lot of people they wanted Reigns to win. He hadn't won, and I think he wasn't made into this superhero type guy then. Was it?
And do you remember he got booed out of the building, Reigns,
No,
and everyone wanted Lesnar to win?
It wasn't
I
so
thought it was
bad at that point.
No, it wasn't.
Was
as
it
bad
not?
as
It
No,
wasn't
I'm
as
sure
bad
it
as
was.
Maybe it was just me
'Cause
sat
I
there
was-
wanting Lesnar to win.
Because I was kind of like, I liked Seth then, and I was like, oh my god! But
I
when
can tell you, like, Seth, you're wearing this t-shirt.
But yeah, so that's my choice for 2. Number 1 is Edge versus Cena. This is basically my number 1 because it was the first cash-in. It was introduced by Vince at New Year's Revolution.
Just after Cena had won the Elimination Chamber match on the same pay-per-view.
Yeah, just
Such
a little
a heel
stat that it was.
He's
It
bleeding
was-
quite
it-
profusely as well, back when we could have blood in WWE.
Exactly. But it was the perfect.
Yeah, without the gloves and towels running and halfway through.
It was the perfect way to do that for the first one. I think that was brilliant.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A surprise cash in. Because I think if you look at it, if you look going back, way back when it first came out, Money in the Bank, you were like that, oh, they've just got a contract. They can cash it in at any time. But I didn't immediately think, they're going to cash it in straight out of a match. So
That's why it works well on the heel, and hopefully
Exactly.
your boy Corbin will have as good of a moment as that.
exactly.
He will.
Also, I'm really hoping he doesn't just go and challenge someone. I really hope he
I
doesn't.
don't think he will. I think he's too much like one of those
He'll
heels
bash
that
someone
just,
like
yeah.
that, yeah.
He's quite an intelligent heel, isn't he?
Another little stat on that one is that Edge is still the longest person to hold the Money in the Bank. It was 280 days.
Yeah, not confusion where I thought it was the title you meant.
No, yeah, that's, but I would love to see, again, I'd love to see Corbin doing it like that. Anyway, so they're my top 5. Dispute,
I think you got it pretty much right, mate.
yeah, apart from...
I'm not saying it.
No?
I would have put in CM Punk cashing on Jeff Hardy because Jeff Hardy was one of the biggest faces in WWE at the time. He was like, everyone loved Jeff, and it was CM Punk's first proper heel turn.
Where would you put that then?
Oh, not at the top. Don't worry, I'm not that much of a.
No, that's
Punk
not. I'm not.
fanboy.
It's about that. That's the whole point. I didn't put it in there because it didn't jump out at me. I understand that he. I understand that he was.
I might have just taken that one out.
I just really liked that because it was really unexpected.
We're talking about the Miz and Randy Orton
Yeah,
one.
sorry.
I point a piece of paper. You obviously can't see that. I'm forgetting that.
Yeah.
You can't see what I'm doing. Which,
Yeah. No. I think both them in there then could be number 3 or something.
yeah, I wouldn't put it at the top, but I just like, for me, it's my favourite one personally. But better is Seth Rollins cashing it in,
That was immense.
Edge and Cena. But we won't name the ones that are really awful now, will we? Like
Yeah,
with
no,
Del Rio
no.
cashed it in because of Kevin Nash.
And sadly, how what's his name? I thought Mr. Kennedy just lost it anyway, but he didn't. He got an injury, and that's why he had to lose it to Edge.
And
which
Damien Sandow.
Sandal's only got screwed over, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, exactly.
Shame Cena didn't cash it in properly either, didn't it?
No, I actually laughing about that. I actually put that as number 1 because I was like that. He cashed in but lost.
Yeah.
Which I thought was quite funny. That probably should have been number 1.
Daniel Bryan's one against Big Show was quite good. After him and Henry had
yeah.
the chairs match.
I quite enjoyed Sheamus' one as well because the 5:15.
Yeah.
That was quite amusing.
But that was so...
He
it
beat
was-
Roman Reigns though.
Yeah.
It was great.
He held the title for 5 minutes 15 seconds, which was quite funny.
Yeah.
Other than that, it was nothing special.
No, but it completely forgot about it. You forget that was, I think that was 2 years ago.
But in last,
Sheamus was the WWE
but in last
champion.
year, Dean Ambrose cashing it. One of the comments was like, the night when the Shield all held the title in the same night.
Yeah.
Reigns came in as champion. Rollins beat him.
Yeah.
And Ambrose cashed in on Rollins. It's
Maybe that
like,
should have been in there, but because that is brilliant.
it's ifs, buts, maybes now, isn't it? So
I think you got it right.
Okay, cool. Right, let's go on to the next segment, which is Hot Topic. This
do you want
one.
me to read it?
Oh, go for it then, yeah.
Oh no, sorry, I don't want to interrupt you. Just
I was on fire, mate.
Let's
all
not
right,
have a domestic.
take the workload off you. It's all right. James, come back. I'm being picked on.
So this is where we pick a subject on wrestling and talk shop about it. This one come from James, actually. We thought we'd bring this up because we didn't mention it in the HEELlight reel. But the Omega versus Okada.
And another amazing match,
Yeah.
wasn't it? You've all seen it, yes?
I've not.
You've
Oh,
not.
I've seen highlights of it
Yeah.
because every link I go to seems to have been taken down at the moment.
Should have put the one that Dave went.
Yeah.
in the
Oh,
group.
I tried that one.
It
It wasn't on there when I went on there.
I really like that WWE Full.net now. They must have got rid of that, and I think WWE have bought that and then linked that to the WWE network, which is quite funny. Another pot. What are we doing? They were popping for no.
I still haven't had my check, Vince.
Yeah.
For the pops I gave you last time. I'm waiting for my £10 free subscription for a month. I want SummerSlam for free.
So anyway, you can. If you subscribe, you can
I am
get SummerSlam
subscribed.
free now.
or just let Joe win the title. Either way, I'll be happy.
So back to the hot topic anyway. So what we've got here is, who would you want to see Kenny Omega fight, past or present? Steve, you go first.
Should we mention James's? Cause
yeah, mention it we'll do it in
I'll get in. So I was going to go different, so...
Okay, so...
I've had to think about it now, and obviously I picked one, but I want to pick... If we're going to do past and present, I've got a different one for
that's
past
past
now.
or present. Not and past.
He picked two, so I'm picking two.
Pick your two.
Pick you two.
No, ladies first.
I was going to go with past.
So you're picking two?
I'm not. I'm just going with my past.
Oh. I don't like thinking
Just
my
the
past.
I'm going for past, and my past would probably be John Morrison. I know it sounds really, really out there, but
Johnny Mundo.
yeah,
Could still happen that one,
Johnny Mundo. I don't think they have fought. He's still one of my favourite wrestlers, even though I haven't really followed him since he was out of WWE.
Triple A Wrestling, which they just stopped being on front runner for any of you people that don't know about it, on Sky. Good show, but yeah, Johnny Mundo catch the Latin America title.
Exactly.
It's a bit of a mess of a show because I haven't watched it before, so it's a bit...
I can put my full
So that's me. I'm a big, I say I'm not a big John Morrison fan, but I did follow him in WWE. Haven't really followed him anywhere else, but I know that he's hitting it up on the indie scenes quite big, and I think that's more realistic at the moment than anything else. But that's my choice. Ian?
Hold on, I'm googling something for you at the moment.
James's.
And James's was Balor, was it?
No, that original was Ian. James said past HBK, which would be amazing, obviously, and present AJ Styles.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, which would have been my one, but because he said that.
So I have. This is me probably doing a D-Lo moment again, but have AJ and they have, haven't they?
He kicked
and
him
Kenny
out,
Omega, yeah. But they didn't have. Did they have a match,
I'm not
or
sure
was that just him? Did they have a match?
Hold on, I'm trying to. I think. No, I was trying to see if PWG had done Kenny Omega versus John Morrison for you, but they haven't.
No.
They have been on the same card numerous times on that, but
they haven't.
No.
Have Omega and AJ.
Hold on, I'm on it.
I know he kicked him out.
I can't type fast enough.
I'm not sure.
I don't think they did.
No, they haven't.
That's amazing. That's amazing for New Japan to leave it that.
Lots of people have done it on WWE, like computer games.
But, yeah.
If you fancy watching that.
But no, I think that would be phenomenal.
Oh god,
yeah. So Ian.
So I've changed mine because I know we all talked about it earlier. I've gone for someone from the past, Bret Hart.
Okay.
Oh.
Why?
I just think it'd be a good match. I just think like seeing Bret versus because Bret always did well against high flyers, which technically is what Omega is, but he's such an accomplished wrestler, which Bret Hart was. I reckon that would be quite a classic match to watch.
Do you think though Bret Hart would be, because
he did an hour with Shawn Michaels, why not do an hour with Kenny Omega?
But I look at Omega like Pillman. Do you know what I mean? Brian Pillman, they're quite out there. They're a bit wacky. I don't ever remember a decent match with Bret Hart and Pillman.
Did they ever actually have a match though?
Exactly.
They were on the same team, weren't they?
Yeah.
They were part of the Hart Foundation, because obviously when Pillman turned up in WWE, he got that ankle injury,
didn't he? Yeah.
and he never actually. He did about 2-3 matches.
I couldn't see them.
For unfortunately his tragic passing.
I couldn't see them wrestling.
I could.
I don't know, but yeah,
it'd be like Sting versus like Pillman when they did it in like WCW or back then NWA before it all changed around and everything. But it's like Sting and obviously Bret Hart was I consider them similar. I know they've got the same finishing move, it's nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
But it's always like they were like a bit of a cornerstone of each of their companies, obviously till Bret and Vince had their little fisticuff thing, but it's like, because obviously I just think it'd be a really good match to watch.
I think it would.
Yeah, Bret Hart was incredible, wasn't he?
Yeah, it's so
Bret
hard
Hart
to
could have a
it's
great
so,
match
it's
with
so
lots
hard
of people.
It's so hard, but that's what I mean. It's so hard to put how they used to wrestle back then. It's different.
Even
it's a
bloody
different...
Isaac Yankem DDS. I know it's Kane now, but do you know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
at the time he was probably as bad as the great Khali was in his prime.
Yeah. God.
Steve, what did you go for?
I got stuck.
Okay.
I had two. One being Kurt Angle in his prime,
Ooh,
Yeah, that's it.
which is the one I probably would have gone for. And the second being CM Punk, I don't know if it ever happened. And because recently I've been watching the early Ring of Honor stuff, and stuff Punk did with Samoa Joe was unbelievable. Definitely like a 5-star match. If you haven't seen it, find it, watch it.
Yeah, definitely.
But that inspired the CM Punk one, but I think Kurt Angle would be my one. Because fuck me.
Would you say Ring of Honor CM Punk rather than WWE CM Punk then? Back when CM Punk had more free reign over his moveset and everything.
Yeah, I would have loved that with the Go to Sleep, the story trying to find the Go to Sleep as well. But I think I would love the freedom of the moveset because it was quite. Same as with any WWE, they walk you down, don't they?
Did James say anything? Because I missed that conversation earlier. Did James say anything as well in regards to why you wanted?
To be fair, me and him sort of went off in a little bit of a fantasy booking match afterwards because I was like, because obviously he said AJ,
Yeah.
and I said what about Finn Balor?
Yeah.
And then we made it into a triple threat match, and then me and him,
the Bullet Club,
and then me and him started like going, what happens if it was a 3-man match? So it was like Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks versus like AJ and Anderson and Gallows versus Balor. I probably said Bad Luck Fale and someone else from the Bullet Club who was more close to than what, you know.
Yeah.
And we sort of went off on a massive tangent and just sort of got lost in that.
That should have been any main.
WWE, book it. Okay, cool. Well, I think that was pretty good.
We're moving on to what now, aren't we?
Yeah.
Before we move on to what,
Okay.
I've got a little surprise for you,
Steve.
Yeah. I got you a present.
Alright.
Okay. Don't look scared.
Oh, I am scared.
But as we're
You're undoing your trousers.
But I don't have trousers. I have shorts. I'm rolling the leg up subtly for Dave next to me though. And
It's not a used bloody tampon either.
No, it's not.
Thank God.
I sucked that dry earlier.
Go for
Are you hungry, dude?
As we're now official members of the team, you might want one of them.
Ha! Awesome.
So what Ian's just given him is a Over the Hill official T-shirt.
You'll probably see a picture of it on less sunburnt.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
That's alright. I got myself one as well. I can put my picture up now.
And you made a really cool T-shirt.
I might take off the plaster that's stuck to the bottom. It's not a tampon either before anyone says anything.
You've made a really nice T-shirt for your mate, haven't you? Actually, do you want to? We'll give her a shout out later.
Oh, okay, we'll do. Okay,
We'll give her a little shout out.
Okay.
So right, we're going to go on.
Question next time.
We're going to ask us a question. We're going to so the next segment is what? This is a segment is where the listeners ask us a question from our social media. So I'd like to give a little shout out to this one anyway. The follower is com.wwe.
From Instagram.
Yeah, from Instagram.
Yeah.
I started Instagram like I think it was October, and we've got quite a few followers, not loads, but com.wwe comments on a lot of stuff and says a lot of stuff to us and gave us a few shout outs back in the day, back when we started. So Ian's going to read out the question from him.
Okay, so this is from com.wwe. That's really hard saying that around the other way around. The question was, how will WWE handle John Cena as a free agent? Is it a good thing or a bad thing?
No, you go because you're going to...
In my little bubble, in my little head, where I hope I book everything perfectly, but I obviously don't. I kind of hope that John Cena's going to come back as a free agent, but as a heel, and use the fact that he is who he is against the company to get the matches he wants on the brand he wants. So be on neither brand, but gets the match he wants for the reason he wants it, which would be titles, etc.
Yeah. So very, very selfishly, after being years of doing
everything.
Yeah.
I've carried this company on my back.
Yeah. Now you're giving it to Roman Reigns, and it's.
So you wanted a free agent to Raw?
either. Just use it against the company. Just like, do you want my contract or not? Just be like a really selfish, arrogant bastard of a heel.
Yeah.
Because we've had enough of face team. Let's be honest. I love heels anyway, but
I think it's the 4th of July.
it's not going to happen.
When is the 4th of July? Is that Raw or is it
It's
SmackDown?
a Tuesday, SmackDown
So it's a
Live.
SmackDown,
Yeah.
so-
I thought you meant what day was it?
No,
It's
sorry,
Independence Day.
No,
I
I
was
know
like,
that. No, I know that.
I was like, do you not remember the film?
I know that. But,
That was the dream. Realistically, Jinder Mahal probably going anti-America on Independence Day.
yeah, so he'll just
Captain America comes back and
make a comeback, give a speech saying sorry I've been away, blah blah blah.
Back.
Jinder Mahal comes out. No, this is my place now.
Yeah.
Blah 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 blah.
Do you think he'll actually win it on that SmackDown, or do you think they'll build it
No,
up?
they build it up for.
something like
Some-
that.
It's alright.
Hopefully Jinder goes over.
I'm not.
Yeah,
amazing.
again, I think they should just keep on pushing Jinder.
It's working.
It is.
Whoever it is,
It's not bad
they're not
wrestling.
walking out of SummerSlam with the title because Corbin's going to take it.
What do you reckon? It's that early?
I reckon he's going to do it at SummerSlam.
That's a good prediction. But anyway, we're going off subject
Yeah.
of the question. Is this a good thing or a bad thing?
More seen as a bad thing.
Yeah,
Just
well,
saying, if he's going to be
More
on,
seen-
if he's going to be on, sorry Steve, didn't mean to cut you off, but if he's going to be on Raw and SmackDown every goddamn week, I'm literally using that as my toilet breaks.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie.
More Cena being the same Cena is a bad thing. More Cena offering out something different.
Yeah, if
is a
it's
good thing.
fresh.
Yeah.
If it's fresh.
I mean,
yeah.
let's be honest. Like his recent repertoire of matches have been really good. Really good. I mean, obviously working with AJ and stuff, but then stuff with Kevin Owens was great as well.
Except the main.
I don't miss him though. I don't miss him. He's not. I don't think he's missed.
No,
He is.
And that,
because
so
we've seen the same thing. for
I'm going to
15 years
go.
now.
So we're going for. Is it a good thing? Yes, if they do something different with him, turn him
But
heel.
if not, it's just
doubtful.
It's just
of that.
bloody John Cena
Um,
coming back to take the spotlight of someone else who deserves it more.
Him
Exactly.
being
it's a
Captain
bad thing.
America again.
Yeah.
It is tired.
Okay. So we've got one more question here from.
My friend Jack Jones.
Go read the question out, Ian.
The just saying the biggest Hardy Boys fan I'll ever know. Sorry, Dave, but
No, not Hardys.
he
Not-
loves the broken Matt thing like
No,
more than
I'm-
anyone I know.
I love Hardys. I'm keen for.
Marvellous.
Wonderful. So go read his question.
Okay, so Jack, your question was, what are your opinions on wrestling heels, especially using social media? With a lack of kayfabe, wrestling is dying. Good example was recently Braun, not Brown, and Roman were in a program together, nearly killing each other, then pictured together in a picture on social media as pals. Little point of that, it wasn't actually him that put that up, it was Titus O'Neil that shared that, and he immediately took it down when he
really?
realised what he'd done. Yeah, it was,
I didn't realise
it
that,
was
I
Titus O'Neil who shared that picture. It wasn't, obviously they were out.
I'm
was
sure
it Italy?
Strowman put it up on his. Because I follow Strowman, and that again, Jack. So what really pisses me off with it is Strowman, how he's so nice on his Instagram and Twitter and stuff like that. Yet he's meant to be this
Monster among men.
Yeah. And that's what annoys me. Don't get me wrong, I am so for him at the moment, and I think everyone's so for him because
He kills Roman Reigns.
yeah,
And we
What's
hate
he do
Roman
best?
Reigns.
He beats up Roman Reigns.
Yeah, beat up Roman Reigns.
And again,
Can he beat up John Cena?
Hold on.
like Baron Corbin, the booking's been really, really good. I generally think he's had good matches, apart from the Roman over him, but then you've got to build up for another one, haven't you? So generally the booking has been good.
Again, what we're doing is in a minute, in the curtain call segment, is we'll talk about the ambulance match. I don't see why they're doing that, but
Yeah.
Sorry, going back to the question.
Yeah.
Lack of kayfabe. I'm disappointed with that. I think me and Ian, very old school wrestling fans. You know what I mean? We were back in the day when heels and faces weren't allowed to be seen in public
Yeah.
together.
Like Jake the Snake when he went uber heel, got the Cobra and everything. You never
Yeah.
would have seen him like
Hang around
out
with
having a
Randy
drink with a
Orton.
macho man after like letting the snake bite him and
No,
stuff.
I know
literally.
that. Don't get me wrong. There wasn't social media then and
No.
things like that. But you still.
Social media is kind of in a way the biggest heel because because there's so much people just post at a whim without thinking. Like obviously this picture, and it kind of takes away from what we like watch each week.
You forget that you're in a bubble in social media,
Yeah.
don't you? You forget that you're.
Anyone can see anything on social media as well, can't they?
Yeah.
Kayfabe is dead.
Because you wouldn't. Because
It is,
obviously, where Dave said that like
kayfabe is dead.
like when Dave said me and him are old school because we have been around a few years, we've seen a lot through the years, but you wouldn't get back in the day, say like Ultimate Warrior's out having a drink with Ravishing Rick Rude, take a picture, it's on the front page of the Sun back then. It wouldn't have happened, would you? But these days, something like that, straight on social media, everyone's seen it as a wrestling fan.
Everything's so accessible, isn't it?
Yeah.
That is what it means. And as like I said, kayfabe is dead. I don't think wrestlers really care. You know, I mean, I did see a tweet where KO was like, they said something, and KO, I can't remember what it is.
He's vicious though, isn't he?
He is vicious.
You gotta love what he says.
He was kind of like people that say that, no, you know nothing about the wrestling, and I don't agree with that. I think it was I think he's just probably doing it to rile up fans. But
I mean, I get at the end of the day where well, I don't know if it's just me saying this because I'm a horrible person apparently, but at work there's always going to be someone you're not going to like, isn't there? But it's always like people you are going to get on with, and you do want to spend time with them outside of work. It's probably just like wrestlers, but unfortunately in their business they have to be like disassociated from each other to enhance the feuds that we're watching on TV. They're paid enough to do it as well. So.
I think the way that they could do it, they could use social media for a better outlet.
Yeah.
Bullet Club are doing that. Bullet Club are with their the YouTube, the Elite.
Yeah.
That they're doing it right. You know what I mean? And it's just like WWE aren't doing it right. You know what I mean? Like where you've got AJ Styles and Seth Rollins. Yeah, I know they're both faces at the moment, but they were playing the computer game on that up, down, down.
Yeah, but they have everyone up, down,
exactly.
And Samoa Joe was on there against Xavier Woods the other day.
And I bet he was really nice on it.
I didn't bother watching it.
But I bet he was. I bet he wasn't Killer Joe. No. And that's what I mean. They use social media. You could use social media for so much better. To make it so much better. But I think it's backwards. Anyway, yeah. So hopefully that's both your questions answered. We did have a few other questions, but we don't want to fill it up too much straight away. We want to kind of leave these ones. Yeah, we basically talked too much already.
Too much.
Sorry,
that's a botchamania moment there.
So our final segment is Curtain Call. This was brought to you by Steve. It was his idea. This is to do with predictions for the next pay-per-view. And also this, as it's Tuesday, the fallout of what's happened on WWE Raw. So, Steve, do you want to start it off?
Well, obviously, first off, we'll be tackling the Brock Lesnar Samoa Joe predictions and what we've seen in the build-up so far. So
it's been great.
Yeah, it really
Simply
has.
put, it's been great.
It has, and they carried on again last night, didn't it? With
Yeah.
little video pieces, which was...
It is like the pull-apart brawl. You couldn't have put that any better, as far as I'm concerned.
It's been done, but it was brilliant.
The only time it's been done was with Taker, with Brock Lesnar. I know it's been rather wrestlers and everything, but it was with Taker last time. Brock.
And you had Cena as well. I think you had Cena and Brock.
But
a lot of people have done
Cena
that.
Still got his ass, didn't he? Like every single match, pretty much.
But yeah, I think that's brilliant. So basically, at the moment, you've got 2 matches in Great Ball of Fires that have been. I thought there was more that had been announced, but obviously not.
I think like at the moment, there's ones that are brewing. Obvious are going to announce, like Dean Ambrose versus The Miz for the rematch for the IC title. Yeah. It's going to happen now, but they obviously haven't made it official.
No, I forget. It's still like you've still got like 3 shows, haven't you?
Yeah.
Beforehand.
They're actually slowly building stuff once as well. It's not like the first Raw after the pay-per-view where they just go, these are the matches that we're getting, and now watch them fight for the next 2-3 weeks. They're actually
they're building stories, yeah.
Maybe it's a change for Raw, which is only a good thing.
I'm surprised they're putting Goldust versus Truth on Raw next week. Unless they're just going to...
No, it'll be a face-off. I don't think.
Do you reckon? It won't be
a little scrap.
I'm really enjoying those little...
I'm not enjoying R-Truths. I like Goldust. It reminds me of R-Truths.
I really like R-Truths.
I didn't find... watch this one. Look,
it seems...
I don't know, he's just too... He's not very good.
He's kooky.
I don't know. I've never really... I liked him when he was a heel. I like him better as a heel.
Little Timmy, whatever it was.
Yeah, that was a bit weird. But also when he was really intense with The Miz back in the day, like it was...
When they got fired after the Hell in a Cell match. Where
brilliant. That I couldn't have seen better.
I think it's revitalised Truth because he looks like he's actually got something he wants to like talk about now, and it looks like he's quite passionate about this feud. Like before, he'd come out and do his little "What's up? What's up?"
That needs to stop straight away.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, like I say, he looks revitalised, and hopefully it's the end of the comedy thing. It's not for long enough now, isn't it?
And
he's pretty good.
Do you think that he's going to get buried though by Goldust? Do you think this is to bring
Goldust's gonna
Goldust
win,
back?
But I think it.
But do you remember old school Goldust?
Yeah, it's good fun. Shattered Dreams.
Yeah, but even. I
You mean
mean,
pervert?
like weird, fucking weird. He was
Not the
weird.
one where he was with Luna Vachon, where
That
he was like dressing like
formerly known as.
that
really
was it.
strange.
Yeah, that was really.
Yeah,
It's probably stuff like Rowdy Roddy Piper and stuff.
That stuff, when it was kind of little fact as well. And if you know this, thank you to Wrestling with Dorks, I think they're called, on Instagram. But he once put it to Vince that if he paid him £1 million, he'd get a boob job.
Yeah,
I've heard about that. Yeah.
And Vince considered it, so that was pretty.
So instead he just ate a lot of food and got boobs anyway. But
he was in a very bad place, wasn't he? That period of his life, from what I understand. Which gladly he's recovered from. And
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, that could be good.
So, but the ambulance match. Oh,
I think I know why they're doing this.
why?
I think I know why they're doing it, and this is just my opinion. I think it's so neither of them have to take a pinfall loss.
Yeah, but
but hear me out, because it's easier to be like, say like for example, Roman Reigns wins. He puts Strowman somehow in the ambulance, and it's like, oh, he's the winner. Strowman could come out and be like, but he never pinned me. He only put me in a vehicle and let me get driven away. It's a simple. It's better than that basically ending the match on a count out or disqualification, which is the only other way out of doing it, is protect both of them.
You could do the last man standing match.
Or a last man standing match. But I think the ambulance match is a good idea.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. I thought it was going to be a last man standing match because I thought that they could both be knocked out. And then again, it just ends. They've beaten each other so much that
it's time
neither
to call it quits.
exactly. An ambulance match, one of them does have to win. One of them has to be thrown into an ambulance, unless they're going to do something weird where they both get trapped in it and then the ambulance drives off.
Can't see it.
Or we can all hope that Braun actually does tip the sodding ambulance on top of Reigns this time.
But I did like Reigns' promo at the start of the show. It's the first time in I don't know how long I can say that.
It was good, but again, it's like, what are they doing?
He starts off being a heel, then gradually.
Yeah, are they doing that? Is that trolling? Are they going, oh my god, this is?
We'll push the button, but we won't actually push the button.
We'll keep teasing all the fans that want it.
But then Joe came out and just saved everything.
Yeah, but it's not just that.
It worked though, didn't it?
Yeah. It did work, but it's not just that as well. This is what annoys me, is that he's the face and Braun, I'm just doing it right.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Braun and,
we just say
Strowman. Strowman and Joe are heels, but they're getting cheered and Reigns isn't. What?
Yeah.
Because everyone's so anti-Reigns.
Yeah, but
because as we said on the last podcast, which we won't get into, he needs to change. It's like Cena; they both need to change.
But then when Reigns does change, you'll get cheered because they've left it so long now that everyone's going to rejoice the fact that he's finally a heel.
Yeah, definitely.
But they should have pulled the trigger earlier, so they've running themselves to blame for this.
I think
for me at all.
So so they're the two matches that have been called at the moment, but. From the fallout of WWE Raw this week,
there's lots to talk about from that. Isn't there? Lots.
I've put down here a few matches, so I'm gonna. So I'll start with this one. So I've put this on first, but I'm genuinely a little bit upset about this, but I think it had to happen. Enzo versus Cass.
You're just soft. You're never going to be that again, are you?
Yeah.
I have to spell it right now.
I think it was done brilliantly. I think Corey Graves. You didn't need to see that video. It didn't. I don't think that needed to happen. He needed to show some shorter footage, and then bam, he's done and gone straight onto Enzo and Cass. But Enzo crying.
That was amazing. Yeah.
I thought that was good.
How did Corey get the videotape and Kurt Angle couldn't?
Yeah. This is what I mean. But then,
and why is Corey sticking up for Enzo, who he's basically hated on?
But he's not. Months. But I don't think he is. I think his new character's going to be a bit of a shit stirrer. Like, is he shit stirring with Kurt Angle? Does he know what's going on? But he's stirring up.
Is he building up for something bigger with Kurt Angle?
Hopefully, he starts a little faction.
Who him?
Hopefully, Graves does.
That'd be cool, but. And what then him be a manager? But I think he's perfect announcer. He's the best announcer they've got.
You could do it from the announce table though.
But yeah. Anyway, back to Enzo and Cass. I think this could be good, but what is Cass going to do? Just beat up? Unless
It'll be a squash match, right?
yeah, or is it going to involve Big Show? But then I think it's almost like, oh, if you don't want me as talent, I'll go to SmackDown.
Yeah, that's the way it left, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You might see Big Show tonight, for all we know.
Yeah.
So
I was really hoping Revival were going to get involved in it, but obviously
I think
to start this faction that we all kind of want to see.
there's going to be something to do with Revival. They just sort of went when Enzo and Cass were like talking. They sort of just coped off. I think that would have been cooler if they were. I don't know.
I was talking to a chap this morning after I put it on our Facebook page about it. I think his name is Will Armstrong. I'm sorry if I've got that wrong. I'm absolutely terrible with names, so I do apologise if I have got your name wrong.
No, that's Will. He's I'd give him a little shout out now as well. He does Kapow Wrestling, which he let us come down there and film some footage. And,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that. I wasn't. I wasn't part of this.
And in the future, we're going to do some stuff with the YouTube channel and him and that, and some interviews and things like that. Just to find out a bit about that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I've completely forgotten what I was going to say now. Hold on, let me come back.
But no, you were saying about Will.
Line. I need more.
You were saying about Will.
He was saying like
should have
kept them together because he feels that basically like they're just going to both end up on the indie scene. Enzo and Cass.
Cass.
That's what I said. I think Enzo possibly because he's good on the mic, but he's got no proper ring skills, has he?
No.
Cass just throws him at people.
It'll be what I feel will happen is this. We'll have a little feud. It'll push up Cass as being quite a dick, you know, being a heel. Enzo will kind of go off with silly, funny skits, and he'll fade out.
He'll be bombarded by Dallas's.
Yeah, he'll either do that or I even read it somewhere that Vince likes to see Enzo getting beaten up. So
I hope he ends up just becoming a manager of some sort because he's amazing on the mic. He doesn't need to wrestle, but him getting beaten up as a manager, he can take bumps. He sells it really well. He does.
Maybe he will get better with wrestling. You know, maybe he goes back to NXT.
205 Live.
205 Live. Something
That
like
could be a shout, actually. Yeah, didn't think of that.
But so that's pretty cool. The next thing we saw come out of it is Seth Rollins versus Bray Wyatt. That might happen.
I think it's pretty much written on the cards.
What's it going to be? Godslayer next? Is it going to be Godslayer rather than Kingslayer? Because he was like that, mentioned gods, didn't he? The interactions between the two, though, I think it's only a matter of time.
Another few for Bray to carry and lose.
I don't think
He does
I can't.
every single one.
It's a shame, but
He's used so badly.
He should still be on SmackDown. Literally, he should still be on SmackDown. Not on Raw, whereas they didn't need another big man.
No, they didn't need him.
So well suited to SmackDown, and finally got to the top of the mountain, and then bang.
Something else to come out of Raw as well.
I do apologise. That's the fans who I've just had. I'm so sorry.
Something else coming out of
professional.
Something else coming out of Raw. The Miz versus Ambrose. Going to see this happen again.
Hopefully ended.
Well, I thought it was going to end at Extreme Rules. But
I wish it had.
He's got his rematch though, isn't he?
Yeah, but you could have done that on the next day or something on Raw.
Someone could have screwed him.
Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel. Anything going to... Do you think that...
I knew that was... Why did I write Michael McGillicuddy on the sodding thing this morning? That took me ages to spell that as well. What a tip.
Yeah, I think...
I'd had 2 hours sleep at that point, so give me a break.
Do you think that's a good thing? That could be good. What's he going to do, though? Is it going to be another Damien Sandow thing? You know what I mean? I kind of thought that they were going to start something with Curtis Axel and him.
What, like The Miz?
Yeah, The Miz, because obviously he comes from heritage of Kurt Hennig, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Mr. Perfect, who was probably one of the best and all-time greatest Intercontinental champions.
Yeah,
which, again, that would have been brilliant. He's saying he's going on about prestige and heritage. Curtis Axel could be like, I come from that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I don't know. Maybe again,
I think they've probably got plans for someone else around the mid card to step up to the Miz next.
I can't. Can you think of anyone? off the top.
I've got someone in mind, but I hate to say it, and I don't want to see him in that position because he should be main eventing.
Balor.
Yeah.
I
think it'd be Balor. I really don't want it to be though, because obviously
What do you think, Steve?
after last night they're going to whack him in against Elias Sampson now, by the looks of it.
Yeah, that was really strange.
Because I thought Elias Sampson was feuding with Dean Ambrose.
Yeah, it's all like that all over the place. I would personally like to see Reigns go back down to a mid-card title, not necessarily win it. But just get him out of the big picture for a while, because it's...
I'd like to see him get beaten by Enzo, but there we go.
Oh,
We're not going to get everything we want.
But it probably would be better, because he's just... I mentioned it last time, he was just floating around. He's not doing anything.
Let's see. Go on.
Him being in a feud with Elias Sampson means that Sampson will be buried straight away.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Yeah. They are full of surprises. When look at Jinder.
You can't hinder the Jinder.
Yeah.
I'm not hindering the Jinder.
Right.
We love the Jinder.
And again, some fallout. Women's Championship, Alexa Bliss versus. I've put question marks here because
Alexa, I'm still waiting for your reply to my marriage proposal. Just saying.
Thanks, hopefully.
Bliss's opponent is. You don't really know. I think it might be
it's a clusterfuck at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, it could be all of them. It could be Nia Jax.
I'm going for Banks.
You think Banks can?
They're making her look strong.
I thought they're pushing Banks to fight Emelina. Not Emelina, what's her name? Emma. Just Emma now, isn't it? Yeah. But I don't know.
Fuck me.
The one that I'm not even keen on, Cruiserweight Championship, I've got no interest in this whatsoever.
I've lost, Neville just doesn't seem to be anyone, apart from Aries, but obviously he's injured. He's gone off to rest his injuries now.
Yeah.
Get well soon, Austin. I like you. Yeah, I don't really have much to say on that. It just seems like Neville's...
Titus Brand, it's just going to make it comedic. Yeah. It's not going to make it... It's not
although Titus did kind of go for Neville.
Will that end? Will the comedy part of it end if Titus gets involved?
What do you mean if it...
Well, he might cost Neville the victory, which makes it all way more serious.
Yeah. It could do. I don't know. It does. The brand. I think that would be quite cool if he had a little faction with that as well.
But what is the Titus brand meant to be? They're supposed to be bad guys or faces? Because it seemed like he just
neither.
No, they just.
It seems like it's punishment.
Got what's his face smiling all the time.
Oh, Apollo Crews.
Yeah, so talented, but
yeah,
doing. He should stay down NXT.
So anyway,
we've already done Goldust versus.
Yeah, what I just wanted to say is that I've put in brackets kickoff show. Maybe it's not going to be kickoff show, but it's good. It'd be good to see next week on Raw. Probably by the time I'm thinking maybe we might do a little podcast in between. I'm thinking.
Yeah, but I think we should.
I think 3 weeks is just too.
It'd be a long time.
Yeah.
It'd probably be a 2-hour podcast to be honest with you. It's bound to be stuff that happens. So
exactly. So maybe we do a little one in between. Just to say what we're excited about, and maybe just do it all about Great Balls of Fire.
Can we just mention that Reigns versus Samoa Joe last night was a pretty damn good match?
It really was.
Yeah,
it was a pretty damn good match. I'm not going to lie, and the fact that made it even better, the fact that Joe actually won it, it now sets up for the future between him and Reigns to have a feud where Joe can be like, "You've never beaten me," basically like CM Punk did to John Cena.
Do you think anyone? This is a different question entirely, sort of taking off a bit of subject.
Do you not want to write in on the comments page that we're doing on the next podcast?
It's our goddamn podcast. We do what we want. No. What I want to say, do you think there would be anyone that's that much of an arsehole, that much of the bad heel, that could turn your hatred for Reigns to make you actually think, oh, he's a face, I want to see him win? You don't think there would be anyone that could do that?
The only person,
Hulk Hogan.
but I would. The only
fucking hate that man.
The only person on this planet that wrestles that I would actually cheer Roman Reigns against is Mojo Rawley, because I fucking hate that guy. Literally hate him. Like so much.
Okay.
I hope that Ryder turns on him.
Yeah, I do. And turns Ryder heel, that would be pretty cool. Anyway,
if Ryder turned heel on him, I'd buy every single Zack Ryder t-shirt on the planet.
You ain't hype.
It's not going to happen. They're going to be the next New Day.
Right. Fucking cut my wrist.
Anyway, so the final part of the podcast is our shout outs. I'm keeping. Actually, you can mention your.
Okay. on Friday, it was one of my really dear friends, Katie Bishop's birthday. Well, it's her birthday party. Her birthday's actually this week. I went to her party.
Yeah, happy birthday for last week.
This week.
Oh, this week.
This week,
Sorry.
yeah.
Oh, shit. It's too hot in this goddamn room.
Now, she's a trainee wrestler. She does a lot of fitness stuff at the local gym down here, like spinning classes and everything. She's into her wrestling as well. One of our favourite wrestlers between us is the villain Marty Skrull. So, for her birthday, going into sort of like the Bullet Club area, where her surname's Bishop, I went and got an umbrella done. It says Bishop Club, like Marty Skrull said Bullet Club, and I got t-shirts done saying Bishop Club. Turned up at her party, full on like sweating to death under this plastic mask that I had on of a plague doctor like Marty wears. Not being able to see anything because I had to take my glasses off and had sweat in my eyes, which was fantastic. Gave her it. I've never seen someone look so happy with a present I've ever given them in my life. So happy, in fact, that we stood there in the photo taken, and the towel she was in, she took it off and threw it, and she was nude behind this umbrella. But I was quite shocked. Yeah. But yeah, she absolutely loved it, and just a happy birthday shout out to you, Katie.
Maybe we'll put that up on.
I'll put it on the.
I'm so happy with that.
Steve's obviously listening to that conversation, wasn't he?
Yeah.
We'll talk about that one in a minute.
Yeah, no, I'll put the picture up on our Facebook and Instagram so you can all see us all in me and all my glory.
Yeah, it looked cool.
It
did look
all
cool.
glory.
So I want to give a shout out to the Pedamela show. They gave us a shout out on theirs, not this week, just gone, but the week before. I just want to say a big thanks to them sharing. We got a few a few downloads of this podcast through them. They're just supporting us fully, and it's one of my old school friends, Ped. It's just something else, and hopefully I can learn a few more bits out of them with podcasts, make the quality better on this and things like that. But you've been a brilliant help, mate. And yeah, cheers, mate.
Yeah, thank you very much from me as well. Really appreciate it. Obviously, we're just starting out, and we're trying to basically aspire to be as good as you guys are at the moment. So yeah, thank you very much.
Kiss the ass.
I was going to say, I don't know much,
but I love you.
Yeah.
So what are you looking at, Steve, quickly, just before we go?
I just seen Triple H standing outside the London Stadium, which is the home of West Ham football for the time being, giving it the cross hammers thing, which is huge for me. 'Cause I'm a West Ham fan, so
that is just
improves my love for Triple H.
Basically just got moist for that.
I just marked out.
You just got moist for that.
I went there for
That's
the
a
first
great
time this
word.
weekend.
Moist.
This one's for you, James. Footy lads.